You walked out of that conversation feeling smaller, but you couldn't explain exactly why. That has a name. It is not excessive sensitivity. It is not misinterpretation. It is the predictable result of a conversation that was structured, from the first second, to produce exactly that effect in you. Every manipulative conversation follows an anatomy, a sequence so consistent, so recognizable, once named, that it is almost impossible to unsee. The problem? No one names it. You were taught to analyze the content of conversations. What was said, what was promised, but manipulative conversations do not operate on content. They operate on structure. While you were analyzing what was said, the conversation had already ended. And you had already lost. How many times have you left a meeting agreeing to something you did not want, apologized for something you did not do, paid more than you planned, and still felt the choice was yours? Not an accident, a method, and a method can be mapped. Before dissecting the conversation, understand why it is so hard to detect in real time. Not because you are naive. Because it was designed to exploit how your brain processes social information. When you are in a conversation, your brain is doing multiple things at once. Processing verbal content, decoding nonverbal signals, monitoring the social environment, regulating your emotions, planning what to say next. The result? Cognitive resource for real-time analysis is extremely limited. The skilled manipulator does not need to fool you. He only needs to overload you. The Social Default Mode Network. Matthew Lieberman, UCLA. When you feel connected to someone, you literally think with less skepticism. The manipulator builds this first, not the goal of the conversation, but the feeling of connection that disarms your defense. 3 false rapport techniques. 1. Selective mirroring. Mirroring your posture, words, rhythm. Your brain interprets this as similarity and belonging. You do not notice it happening. You only feel the conversation is going well. 2. Anticipatory validation. You are right to feel that way. Not many people see this with that clarity. This is not a compliment. It is receptivity. Anchoring. 3. Manufactured urgency. We need to decide this today. You are the only person who can help. Urgency is not persuasion. It is cognitive management. A manipulative conversation has 4 phases, each built on the previous one. PC1. Sentenced before the first word. This phase does not begin when the conversation begins. It begins before. The environment chosen, the time scheduled, how you are positioned physically, the emotional state you are led to be in before starting. Who chose the environment? Who chose the time? What was communicated before that changed your state? If the answers point to the other person, you are being positioned. The manipulator who cannot control the context loses the first lever. Phase 2. False rapport, the connection that is not connection. This is where most people decide the conversation is going well. Betty vectors to watch. Eye contact, below 70% during rapport, feels like attention. Above 70% during closing, feels like pressure. You do not notice the shift. You just feel it would be strange to disagree while someone is looking directly into your eyes. Lean in. Increases when you show vulnerability, decreases when you show strength. He is mapping you, not listening. Calibrated touch. A light touch before the request creates neurological obligation. The body that has been touched feels a stronger need to comply. Verbal vectors to watch. Your name used frequently. Activates self-reference, makes you more receptive. Sarah, I needed to speak with you specifically. Because you, Sarah, understand things most people don't. Vocabulary mirroring. He listens to your words and uses them back. You feel understood. He is assembling rapport with your own materials. Vulnerability questions. What worries you most? What would you really need? These look like empathy. They are mapping. Pressy 3. Pressure escalation, where the game changes. You feel something shift. The tone hardens. The weight increases. You may not name it, but you feel it. Foot in the door. The small yeses from phases 1 and 2. Yes to the meeting. Yes, the topic matters. Yes, you understand. Create a pattern of agreement that now works against you. After saying yes once, saying no creates internal dissonance most people avoid. Verbal vectors of phase 3. Inevitability framing. You already know this is going to happen anyway. The only question now is how you will handle it. No argument to evaluate. An already decided reality to accept. Indignity appeal. I always knew you were the kind of person who someone with your intelligence will understand. Identity priming. Now, to be consistent, you need to do what is asked. Guilt-dumped injection. After everything I have done for you, I was counting on you specifically. Guilt is the most effective anesthetic of critical judgment. You are not giving in to the argument. You are giving in to the discomfort. Beta vector of phase 3. Posture expands. Shoulders back, chin up. Eye contact more direct. Your nervous system registers hierarchy before your mind does, and hierarchy produces automatic compliance. Phase 4. Closing. The point of no return. The request arrives. You are in an environment you did not choose, an emotional state calibrated for you, an identity assigned to you. A pattern of agreement built across the conversation. Decision isolation. I need an answer now. This is between you and me. You already know the answer. Removes time, external perspective, and emotional distance. Without these three, what remains is the state built for you, designed to produce one response. Dichotomy. You can do A or B. The only option that does not exist is doing nothing. You feel you are choosing, but both options deliver what he wants. The real option, leaving, asking for time, saying no, was removed from the menu. The post-request silence. After the request, he stops. Not because he is waiting. Because he knows you will speak. The faster you speak, the more you reveal that silence discomforts you, and where giving in will bring relief. In silence, the mask slips. One rule first. Do not reveal that you noticed. Confrontation mid-conversation is not strategy. It is emotional reactivity. The goal is not to win an argument about manipulation. The goal is not to be manipulated. Interrupting phase 2, observation without signaling. Symmetry test. In genuine connection, both reveal. Both ask questions. Both show vulnerability. In instrumental rapport, questions come from one side. Revelations from the other. You are being interviewed while thinking you are conversing. When you notice asymmetry, stop revealing. Start asking questions back. If engagement drops when you stop being the source, the interest was never in you. Reverse mirroring test. Introduce an unusual word. If he uses it back, mirroring is deliberate. Not proof of bad intention, but a data point. Interrupting phase 3. Slow down. Name internally. Internal naming. The conversation shifted. I am being pressured. This is phase 3. Naming activates your neocortex at the moment your limbic system is under pressure. Deliberate slowing. Phase 3 runs on acceleration. Speak slower. Pause longer before responding. Ask for clarification. Before I respond, let me make sure I understood. What impact do you see if I need more time? Slowing dismantles time pressure. Name the feeling without accusation. I am feeling a lot of pressure right now, and when I feel pressure, I make worse decisions. So I need more time. Indefensible. He cannot say you are not feeling pressure. Cannot say pressure helps decisions. One sentence removes both levers. Interrupting phase 4. Undo the isolation. The sentence that undoes isolation. Before I give you a final answer, I need to talk to specific person. Not I need to think. Thinking is vague. A specific person is concrete. An external figure he does not control. His reaction is revealing. Reasonable response suggests genuine context. Resistance gives you confirmation. Confirmation is power. Expose the false dichotomy. Are these the only options available right now? One neutral question. Yes reveals curation. No open space for options he did not want. Silence as response. After the request, do not break the silence. Maintain neutral eye contact. Let it exist longer than is comfortable. Within 30 seconds, he will speak to fill it. And what he says in that moment, unsolicited, unplanned, is the most honest data of the entire conversation. You do not need to be more aggressive. You only need to be more patient. Patience, where time is their weapon, is the counterattack they did not expect. Here is what no one tells you. Once you start seeing the structure with this clarity, some conversations you thought were genuine will look different. Not necessarily because they were manipulation. Influence techniques are part of all human communication. The difference between influence and manipulation is not in the technique. It is in intention and respect for your autonomy. And intention, you will not always determine with certainty. So there will be moments when you see the pattern but are not sure. In those moments, the answer is not paranoia. It is calibration. Observe more before deciding. Test before concluding. Maintain perception without letting it become rigidity. What you will carry. You will sit in your next difficult meeting and notice the environment. Phase 1. You will notice if questions are symmetrical or if you are the only one revealing. Phase 2. You will feel when the tone shifts, when identity is used as a lever, when guilt is injected. Phase 3. And when the request arrives, framed as inevitable, with pre-selected options, with silence waiting for you to give in, you will know exactly what not to do. Phase 4. Machiavelli did not say the world is cruel, and you should be cruel too. He said, the world operates according to logics that exist regardless of whether you know them. And the difference between knowing those logics and not knowing them is not the difference between cynicism and naivety. It is the difference between playing consciously and being played unconsciously. You can play consciously with intact values. Use perception without losing empathy. See structures without stopping genuine connection. In fact, genuine connection becomes more available, not less. When you stop confusing instrumental rapport with real relationship, because you stop investing energy in bonds that were never what they seemed, and you start recognizing, with much more clarity, when a conversation simply is what it appears to be, when there is no asymmetry, when vulnerability flows both ways, when the environment was not calculated, when the timing was not chosen to catch you at a disadvantage. That recognition of genuine connection only becomes sharper after you have learned to see what it is not. A manipulative conversation has 4 phases. Each can be interrupted without conflict, without revealing that you saw. But the most important skill this video gave you is not technique. It is the ability to ask one question in the middle of any important conversation. Is this conversation being structured to take me somewhere? Not as accusation, as internal orientation. You will not get it right every time. You will see patterns where there are none. You will miss patterns that existed, but the direction matters more than perfection. From someone who leaves important conversations without knowing what happened, to someone who knows exactly what happened, while it is still happening. That is the difference between being played and being present. Subscribe, not for more content, for the ability to see comment. Which phase have you noticed most often? Share this with someone who keeps leaving conversations confused